Welcome back to our channel, Rare Coins Collections, Coin Enthusiasts and Treasure Hunters. Today, we are diving deep into the world of one of the most iconic coins in American history, the Lincoln penny. But this isn't just any ordinary penny. We're talking about the 1970 Lincoln 1-cent coin, a fascinating piece of American numismatic history. Now, most of us have probably come across this coin in our pockets at some point. But did you know that a 1970 Lincoln penny, if in the right condition, could be worth a small fortune? Buckle up, because today we are going to explore why this seemingly common coin is much more valuable than you may have ever imagined. The Lincoln penny has been a part of American currency since 1909, making it one of the longest-running coin designs in the United States. The obverse of the Lincoln penny features the profile of President Abraham Lincoln, one of the most revered figures in American history. It's hard to ignore his distinguished face, and with each glance at the coin, you're reminded of the tremendous legacy that this man left behind. On the reverse side, we've seen the iconic Lincoln Memorial, which was added in 1959 to honor the building where Lincoln delivered some of his most important speeches. However, the 1970 Lincoln penny is where things get interesting. Let's take a look at the context of 1970. The year this coin was minted. The early 1970s were a period of transition in the United States. The country was experiencing political and social upheaval, with significant movements for civil rights and anti-Vietnam War protests shaping the decade. But from an economic perspective, it was also a time of high inflation, which caused the value of money to decrease and prompted the government to find new ways to combat these economic challenges. In fact, it was in the 1970s that the U.S. Mint made some significant changes to coinage production, including reducing the copper content in pennies due to rising metal prices. The 1970 Lincoln penny is a notable example of this change. The penny was still composed of 95% copper at this time, but it was on the cusp of a major shift in materials. The 1970s marked a turning point in the production of pennies, and as a result, coins from this era are often sought after by collectors who appreciate their historical significance. However, what really makes the 1970 Lincoln penny stand out is the special variety that exists among them. While the regular 1970 Lincoln pennies are fairly common and easily found in circulation, there are specific versions of this coin that are much rarer and far more valuable. One such version is the 1970 double-die obverse penny. This coin, which was struck at the San Francisco Mint, is known for its distinct minting error. In this error, the design of the coin was doubled, creating a noticeable overlap in the lettering and details, particularly in the word Liberty and the date 1970. If you happen to have a 1970 double-die obverse penny in your collection, you may have just found a treasure worth a considerable amount of money. This particular error coin is extremely valuable because of its rarity. The doubling effect is very clear to the naked eye, which makes it easy for collectors to spot. The 1970 double-die obverse penny was produced in relatively small numbers, and only a small percentage of those coins were struck with the doubling error. As a result, this coin is highly sought after by numismatists and collectors, and finding one in good condition is a rare and exciting discovery. The 1970 double-die obverse penny isn't the only reason why the 1970 Lincoln penny is so valuable. Even the regular 1970 pennies, when found in exceptional condition, can be worth much more than their face value. In fact, coins from the 1970s are increasingly becoming a popular item for collectors, and the 1970 Lincoln penny is no exception. When these coins are graded in mint state or uncirculated condition, they can fetch far higher prices than you might expect. As with any coin, the condition is key when determining its value. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being the highest possible grade for a coin that has no imperfections. The higher the grade of the coin, the more valuable it becomes. A well-preserved 1970 Lincoln penny with no visible scratches, discoloration, or other signs of wear can be worth significantly more than a coin that has been heavily circulated. For example, a 1970 penny in mint state can fetch anywhere from $10 to $50, depending on its quality, but a rare 1970s double-die obverse penny in high grade can easily sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars at auction. You might be wondering, how do I know if I've found a valuable 1970 penny? The key is to closely examine the details on the coin. Look at the lettering, the date, and the overall design for any signs of doubling, which could indicate a mint error. The doubling effect is often visible in the inscriptions on the obverse side, especially in the words, Liberty, and In God We Trust. If you notice any kind of overlap or extra lines in these areas, you may have discovered a rare error coin that could be worth a small fortune. It's also worth mentioning that the 1970 penny can have some additional value if it's part of a special proof set, or if it has a unique mint mark. Coins with the S Mint mark, struck at the San Francisco Mint, tend to be more valuable than their Philadelphia counterparts. Proof coins, which were specially struck for collectors, also tend to have a higher value due to their superior quality and finish. Of course, the value of the 1970 Lincoln penny is not solely based on its rarity and condition. The market for rare coins fluctuates based on trends in numismatics, and demand plays a significant role in determining value. That's why it's important to keep an eye on auction prices and stay informed about the latest trends in the coin collecting world. The price of a 1970 Lincoln penny can vary depending on the current market conditions, but it's safe to say that this coin will always have a place in the hearts of collectors. Now, for the moment you've all been waiting for, just how much can a 1970 Lincoln penny be worth? If you happen to have a pristine 1970s double-die obverse penny in excellent condition, it could easily be worth $75,000. Yes, you heard that right. $75,000 for a single penny. That's the power of a rare minting error, coupled with the desirability of the coin among collectors. Even if you have a regular 1970 penny in excellent condition, it could still fetch a respectable price. But the real windfall comes with those special, error-struck coins. So, if you happen to have a stash of old pennies or come across a 1970 Lincoln penny in your change, don't just brush it off as a common coin. Take the time to carefully inspect it, check for any unique features or errors, and you might just have a hidden gem on your hands. Today, we're diving deep into a very special coin that many of you might have overlooked in your coin jars or change, the 1978 Lincoln 1-cent penny. At first glance, it might seem like just another regular penny, but there's far more to this coin than meets the eye. What if we told you that this seemingly ordinary penny could be worth far more than just 1 cent? Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly why a 1978 Lincoln penny might be worth a small fortune. The Lincoln penny is a coin that has been circulating in the United States since 1909, making it one of the longest-standing and most recognizable coins in American history. The design of the Lincoln penny has remained largely unchanged, featuring the profile of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, and various depictions of the reverse throughout the years, most notably the Lincoln Memorial from 1959 onwards. But today, we're focusing specifically on the 1978 version of this coin, which has a few unique characteristics that set it apart from other pennies minted during this period. To understand the significance of the 1978 Lincoln penny, we need to take a look at the year it was produced. The late 1970s was a time of economic instability in the United States. The country was grappling with high inflation, oil crises, and a tough economic environment. In response to these issues, the U.S. Mint was also making adjustments to coin production in an effort to save on rising metal costs. Although the 1978 Lincoln penny still consisted of 95% copper and 5% zinc, the economic conditions led to significant changes in coin production and material composition in the years that followed. Now, as we focus specifically on the 1978 penny, it is important to recognize that the coin is widely available and produced in large quantities. But it is the unique features and potential errors that give it its value in the world of collectors. Coins from the 1970s are among the most popular for collectors, and the 1978 penny is no exception. However, what truly sets the 1978 Lincoln penny apart from its counterparts is the possibility of discovering certain rare variants, or minting errors. The U.S. Mint's production process, while highly advanced, is not perfect. Sometimes, mistakes happen, and these errors can lead to valuable discoveries for lucky collectors. One of the most famous and highly sought-after error coins is the double die variety. A double die occurs when the die used to stamp the design onto the coin strikes the coin multiple times, creating a noticeable doubling of the design, especially in the inscriptions and lettering. In the case of the 1978 penny, a double die error could make the coin worth significantly more than its face value. The 1978 Lincoln penny may not be known for as many errors as other years, but there have been occasional reports of coins with striking irregularities such as doubled letters, misaligned designs, or other inconsistencies. Collectors pay top dollar for these error coins, and if you happen to find one with a noticeable mistake, it could be worth a lot more than you think. Apart from minting errors, another factor that increases the value of the 1978 penny is its overall condition. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being the highest grade for a coin in perfect, uncirculated condition. A well-preserved 1978 penny, especially one with little to no wear and tear, can fetch a higher price than a coin that's been heavily circulated. While it's true that the 1978 penny is often found in average condition, if you happen to have one that's in excellent shape, you're already ahead of the game. Another aspect of the 1978 Lincoln penny that makes it interesting is its unique composition during a transitional period. Though it remained primarily copper, the early 1970s saw fluctuations in the price of copper and zinc, which led to discussions on the cost of minting coins. The penny itself was soon to undergo changes in the 1980s, eventually being made from a composition of mostly zinc with a copper plating. For collectors, this makes any pre-1982 penny, including the 1978 version, an important piece of American currency history. When you take all of these factors into account, the potential for rare minting errors, the coin's excellent condition, and its place in the transition of American coinage, the 1978 Lincoln penny suddenly becomes much more than just a small piece of copper. The market for rare and valuable pennies is growing, and as collectors continue to search for hidden gems, the value of coins like the 1978 penny is only going to increase. Now, let's talk about the value of this coin. You might be wondering, how much could a 1978 penny really be worth? After all, it's a coin that most people see every day, and it seems like it would be just another penny in circulation. But here's the kicker: a rare, high-grade 1978 penny, especially one with a significant error or rare feature, could be worth significantly more than its face value. For example, a well-preserved 1978 penny in mint condition can easily fetch $10 to $50, depending on its grade. But if you happen to find a 1978 penny with a major minting error, such as a double die, the value could be much higher. Coins with such errors are highly prized by collectors, and they can sell for hundreds, even thousands of dollars, depending on the severity of the mistake and the coin's condition. And now, for the moment you've all been waiting for. The potential value of a truly rare and well-preserved 1978 Lincoln penny with a minting error or in exceptional condition could be worth a staggering $75,000. Yes, you heard that correctly, $75,000 for a single 1978 penny. If that's not a shocking revelation, I don't know what is. This makes the 1978 Lincoln penny a coin worth paying attention to, especially if you're a serious collector or just someone who loves the thrill of finding hidden treasures. So, the next time you come across a 1978 penny in your pocket or while sifting through your coin collection, take a moment to check it closely. It could be worth far more than you ever expected. Today's video, we're diving deep into the fascinating world of rare and valuable coins, and trust me, you're going to want to stick around for this one. If you've ever sifted through a jar of loose change or wondered whether that old penny you've had sitting around for years is worth anything, today's topic is especially for you. We're taking a closer look at the 1960 Lincoln 1-cent penny, a coin that has captivated collectors for decades. While the 1960 penny may seem like just another piece of change, it holds a unique place in U.S. coin history and, in some cases, can be worth a small fortune. Get ready, because by the end of this video, you'll be amazed at just how valuable this penny can be. The Lincoln penny has been a cornerstone of American currency for over a century, first issued in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. The design of the penny has evolved over time, but it has always featured the iconic image of President Lincoln on the obverse side. Over the years, many different versions of the Lincoln penny have been minted, and the 1960 version is no exception. But what makes this specific year so interesting, and why should collectors take note of it? Let's find out. To truly understand the value and significance of the 1960 Lincoln penny, we need to look at the era it was produced. The 1960s were a period of significant change in the United States. The country was in the midst of the Cold War, and the economy was flourishing in some areas while struggling in others. By 1960, the U.S. Mint was working hard to keep up with the growing demand for coins, and the composition of the Lincoln penny was a part of that effort. Up until 1982, the Lincoln penny was made primarily from 95% copper, with a small percentage of tin and zinc. This made the 1960 penny an important part of U.S. coinage, as it marked the last few years before significant changes were made to the metal content of coins. But what truly sets the 1960 Lincoln penny apart is the variety of minting errors and rare features that can be found. As with any coin, minting errors can greatly increase its value, and the 1960 penny is no exception. In fact, it's one of the more famous years for collectors to hunt down due to its potential for errors. One of the most well-known errors from the 1960 penny series is the 1960 double die obverse. If you're unfamiliar with the term, a double die error occurs when the die used to strike the coin is misaligned and strikes the coin twice. This results in a visible doubling effect on the design, most notably on the inscriptions and features of the coin. In the case of the 1960 penny, the most noticeable doubling typically appears on the date and the words, "Liberty," and "In God We Trust." This error can be subtle or quite pronounced, but when it is clearly visible, the coin becomes highly sought after by collectors. If you happen to come across a 1960 Lincoln penny with a prominent double die error, you've got a true treasure on your hands. These error coins can be worth significantly more than their face value, and depending on the severity of the doubling, they can fetch thousands of dollars on the open market. But double die errors aren't the only thing that can make the 1960 penny valuable. The 1960 penny also comes in a variety of mint marks, including the Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco mints. These mint marks are often overlooked by casual collectors, but they can have a big impact on the coin's value. For example, the 1960 San Francisco penny, which was produced in much smaller quantities, can be rarer and more valuable than its counterparts from other mints. Another factor that affects the value of the 1960 Lincoln penny is its overall condition. Coins are graded based on their wear and tear, and the higher the grade, the more valuable the coin. The grading scale ranges from good to mint state, with coins in mint state being the most desirable and valuable. A 1960 penny in excellent, uncirculated condition is far more valuable than one that has been worn down through years of circulation. If you find a 1960 penny in pristine condition, you might be holding onto a coin that's worth far more than just 1 cent now. Let's take a moment to talk about the significance of the 1960 penny in the broader context of coin collecting. While many people may not think twice about the pennies they come across in their everyday life, seasoned collectors know that some coins have the potential to become valuable over time. The 1960 Lincoln penny, with its unique characteristics, errors, and varieties, has become a highly coveted piece for those in the numismatic world. Collectors are always on the lookout for rare and valuable coins, and the 1960 penny is considered one of the best examples of how a seemingly ordinary coin can turn into a prized possession. So, how much is the 1960 Lincoln penny worth? While the typical 1960 penny in average condition might be worth just a few cents more than its face value, coins with minting errors, such as the double die or coins in excellent condition, can sell for a lot more. In fact, a 1960 Lincoln penny with a prominent double die error or in uncirculated condition can be worth as much as $88,000. Yes, that's right, $88,000. The rarity of these error coins, combined with their historical significance and the demand from collectors, makes them highly sought after. If you happen to find a 1960 Lincoln penny in your collection or in a coin jar, take the time to inspect it carefully. You might just have a coin worth a small fortune on your hands. In conclusion, the 1960 Lincoln 1-cent penny may appear to be an ordinary penny at first glance, but it holds a special place in the hearts of collectors. Whether it's the possibility of finding a rare double die error or the allure of a well-preserved coin from a pivotal moment in U.S. history, this penny can be worth far more than just 1 cent. If you have one of these coins in your possession, it could be your ticket to a lucrative treasure hunt. So check your spare change, take a closer look at your old coins, and who knows, you might just discover a hidden gem worth thousands of dollars. Today, we're focusing on a coin that might just be sitting around in your pocket change, waiting to be discovered as a hidden treasure. That's right, we're talking about the United States 1-cent Lincoln penny from 1993, a seemingly ordinary coin that could have extraordinary value. If you've ever wondered whether those pennies from the 90s are worth anything, or if you've inherited a jar of old coins and want to know more about their potential, you've come to the right place. Let's start by setting the stage. The 1993 Lincoln penny may seem like just another piece of copper-clad coinage, but don't be fooled by its simplicity. This coin has a rich history that ties back to the Lincoln Memorial series, which has been in circulation since 1959. In fact, the 1993 penny is a key player in this series, which has become one of the most iconic symbols of American currency. The year 1993 itself was a significant period in American history, marked by a growing economy, the end of the Cold War, and the early years of the Clinton administration. It was a time of change, and the 1993 penny reflects a snapshot of those moments. When you look at the obverse front of the coin, you'll notice the familiar image of Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States. The portrait of Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner, has remained unchanged for over a century. This enduring image is a tribute to Lincoln's legacy, his leadership during the Civil War, and his role in preserving the Union. The inscription, Liberty, and the phrase, "In God We Trust," are also featured, along with the year 1993, beneath Lincoln's bust. Flipping the coin over to the reverse side, we see the familiar Lincoln Memorial, which has adorned the back of the penny since 1959. The design, created by Frank Gasparo, is a representation of the Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C., a site dedicated to honoring President Lincoln's life and legacy. The reverse also includes the words, United States of America, e pluribus unum, and of course, the denomination of 1 cent. While this reverse design is iconic, it's the pennies themselves, especially the rare and rare versions, that have become the true treasures for collectors. As with any coin, the value of the 1993 Lincoln penny isn't just determined by its appearance, but also by factors such as rarity, condition, and any unique features it may have. If you're hoping to cash in on a 1993 penny, there are a few things you'll need to look out for. First, let's talk about condition. In general, the value of a coin is greatly influenced by its condition, and coins that have been well preserved are far more valuable than those that have suffered from wear and tear. For the 1993 penny, the higher the grade, the higher the value. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect, uncirculated coin with no visible imperfections. A penny in mint state, showing no signs of wear and retaining its original luster, will definitely fetch a higher price than one that has been circulated for years. But the story doesn't end there. What makes the 1993 Lincoln penny truly special for collectors are the potential errors that can make these coins much rarer and more valuable. One of the most sought-after versions of the 1993 penny is the 1993 double die obverse. A double die error occurs when a coin is struck multiple times by a die, causing some of the design elements to appear doubled or distorted. On the 1993 penny, this could mean that the inscription, "Liberty, in God We Trust," or even the date could show a noticeable doubling effect. Coins with this error are rare, and when they're in pristine condition, they can command significant prices on the open market. Another feature that could make the 1993 penny more valuable is the presence of an unusual or unique mint mark. The 1993 penny was produced in several different mints, including Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. While the majority of 1993 pennies were struck in Philadelphia and Denver, some collectors seek out the San Francisco mint versions, which can be rarer. The mint mark, usually located near the bottom of the reverse, can significantly affect the value of the coin. It's also worth noting that the 1993 penny, like many other coins from that era, was made of a copper-plated zinc composition, which was a shift away from the pure copper pennies produced earlier. This change in composition, which occurred in 1982, makes the 1993 penny slightly different from earlier versions in terms of metal content. While this may not make a significant difference to the average person, it's a factor that collectors take into consideration when appraising a coin's value. Now, you might be wondering, what kind of price are we talking about for a 1993 penny in excellent condition? While most 1993 pennies can still be found for a few cents or slightly above face value, those with unique characteristics, such as error coins, mint marks, or excellent grades, can go for significantly higher amounts. If you're lucky enough to have a 1993 Lincoln penny in uncirculated condition or a double die error penny, you could be sitting on a coin worth much more than its original 1 cent. Collectors and investors alike often pay a premium for coins like these, as their rarity and historical value increase their desirability. A well-preserved, error-free 1993 penny can easily fetch hundreds of dollars at auction, but the really exciting part comes when you discover just how valuable these rarer versions can get. A 1993 double die obverse penny, for example, in perfect condition, can be worth up to an impressive $78,000. Yes, you heard that correctly, $78,000 for a single penny. The rarity of these error coins, combined with their demand among collectors, makes them incredibly valuable in the numismatic market. The moral of the story here is simple: never underestimate the potential value of a penny. While the 1993 Lincoln penny may seem ordinary at first glance, its unique features, potential for minting errors, and collector demand make it a hidden gem for those in the know. So, the next time you come across a 1993 penny, take a closer look. It could be worth far more than its face value. And there you have it! Whether you're a seasoned coin collector or just starting out on your numismatic journey, the 1993 Lincoln penny holds a special place in the world of rare coins. Remember, condition, mint mark, and any unique features like errors can drastically increase its value. So, if you happen to find a well-preserved 1993 penny in your collection or pocket change, make sure to hold on to it. You could be sitting on a small fortune. Today we're diving deep into the fascinating world of US coins to uncover a hidden gem that might just be sitting in your pocket change or coin collection, the 1972 Lincoln penny. Yes, you heard that right, a 1972 penny, a coin that, at first glance, may seem like just another everyday cent, could actually be worth a small fortune. If you're a collector or just curious about the potential value of this coin, stick around because we're about to uncover all the secrets of the 1972 Lincoln penny, from its history and design to its current worth and hidden treasures. To start, let's set the scene. The year 1972 was a pivotal time in the United States. The country was in the midst of significant social and political change, with the Vietnam War winding down and the country grappling with issues of civil rights, the economy, and its place in the world. The year also marked the 200th anniversary of the birth of George Washington, and the American bicentennial was just around the corner. But while these historical events were unfolding, the 1972 penny was quietly circulating as part of the everyday economy, unaware of its future significance in the world of coin collecting. The design of the 1972 Lincoln penny is familiar to anyone who has handled a U.S. coin. On the obverse, we see the timeless portrait of Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States, who led the country through the Civil War and worked to end slavery. Designed by artist Victor David Brenner, this portrait has remained largely unchanged since its introduction in 1909. In fact, the Lincoln penny has become one of the most recognizable coins in the world, with its simple yet powerful design symbolizing both the greatness of a nation and the enduring legacy of its leaders. Around Lincoln's bust, we see the words, "Liberty, in God we trust," and the year 1972 etched beneath. These elements have become iconic symbols of American currency. On the reverse of the coin, we find the Lincoln Memorial, an iconic symbol of American freedom and democracy, designed by Frank Gasparo. This reverse design, which has been in use since 1959, showcases the memorial in all its grandeur, with the words, "United States of America, e pluribus unum," and 1 cent boldly inscribed. While the 1972 penny may seem like just another piece of currency, there are a number of factors that contribute to its potential value. Let's talk about the first one, condition. Like any coin, the value of a 1972 penny is significantly impacted by its condition. Coins that are well preserved, free from scratches or significant wear, and that still retain their original luster are worth far more than those that have been heavily circulated. Most 1972 pennies you come across will have been in circulation for decades and will show signs of wear. So what makes the ones that stand out worth so much? Uncirculated coins, those that were never used in everyday transactions, are the key to higher value. These coins are often found in collections and are graded based on their condition, ranging from good to MS-70, mint state 70, or perfect. A 1972 Lincoln penny in near-perfect condition can easily be worth more than a few pennies, sometimes hundreds of dollars. But what truly sets the 1972 Lincoln penny apart is the potential for minting errors. That's right. A minting error can dramatically increase the value of a coin, and collectors love these coins because they are rare and unique. There are several known errors for the 1972 penny, but one of the most sought-after versions is the 1972 double die obverse. This error occurs when the coin dies are misaligned, causing the inscription, "Liberty, in God we trust," and the year 1972 to appear doubled or blurry. These double die errors are extremely rare, and when you find one in good condition, it can be worth thousands of dollars. So, what exactly makes these double die pennies so valuable? Simply put, minting errors are a sign that something went wrong during the production process, which is why they're so rare. A double die error penny was struck twice by the dies, and instead of the design being crisp and clean, it appears with a noticeable doubling effect. This creates a unique and distinct coin, making it highly desirable for collectors. The rarity and demand for these errors are what push their value to eye-popping levels. In addition to the double die error, there are other potential variants that could make a 1972 Lincoln penny even more valuable. For example, certain mint marks, such as those produced in the San Francisco Mint, can be more rare than others. The 1972 penny, for instance, was produced in both Philadelphia and Denver, so pennies with certain mint marks, like those from Denver, may hold a premium value. Now, you might be wondering just how much a 1972 Lincoln penny can be worth. While a standard 1972 penny is typically worth only 1 cent in circulation, rare versions with minting errors can be worth significantly more. A 1972 Lincoln penny in excellent, uncirculated condition can be worth around $10 to $20, depending on its quality and demand. However, when you factor in the rare double die errors or other variations, the value can rise dramatically. For example, the 1972 double die obverse penny, one of the most coveted coins by collectors, can fetch anywhere from several hundred to thousands of dollars depending on the condition and degree of the error. Some of these rare coins have been known to sell for as much as $75,000. Yes, that's right, $75,000 for a single 1972 penny. Imagine finding one of these coins in your pocket change or coin jar. The thought of finding such a rare and valuable piece of American history is enough to make any coin collector's heart race. And it's not just the double die errors that can command a high price. Even other rare versions of the 1972 penny, such as those with die cracks or other unusual minting features, can be worth a substantial amount. In summary, the 1972 Lincoln penny, while appearing to be a simple, everyday coin, is much more than meets the eye. Its historical significance, along with the potential for rare minting errors and unique features, makes it one of the most desirable coins for collectors today. So, The next time you come across a 1972 penny, don't just toss it aside. Take a closer look, it might just be worth far more than you think. Whether you're an experienced numismatist or a beginner collector, the 1972 Lincoln penny represents a unique opportunity to discover a hidden treasure. With rare era coins, minting variations, and a strong demand for well-preserved specimens, it's a coin that should definitely be on your radar. Thanks for joining us on this exciting journey through the world of rare coins. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about valuable and collectible coins, make sure to hit that subscribe button, like the video, and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on any of our future coin discoveries. Remember, coin collecting isn't just about the hunt, it's about the excitement of uncovering hidden treasures and learning more about the fascinating history behind each coin. Happy collecting!